Good morning. Welcome to Prestonpans train station. I'm going on a train trip, surprisingly enough. Today it's a short one, out to North Berwick. It's only a short ride and there are some great cafes, restaurants and some beautiful beaches to explore. Fancy joining me? Welcome to Rog Vlog. Here comes the train and it's a ScotRail Class 380. And the train is pretty deserted. It's only a quick trip to North Berwick, but there's some lovely East Lothian countryside to see on the way. At this time of day, there are far fewer people going to North Berwick than there are going in the other direction to Edinburgh. I think North Berwick train station is so cute. Only one platform and surrounded by greenery. From the station, it doesn't take long to get into town. We're going to cross the road. And then we're going to turn down into this ginnel. And we'll be there in no time. Love some of these old buildings and cottages. North Berwick is about 30 miles east of Edinburgh, so it's a quick 30 minutes on the train. Once you get here, there are two beautiful beaches, plenty of coffee shops, restaurants and boutique shops, and a fabulous harbour. Today on this walking tour, I'm going to show you the West Beach and the harbour and the East Beach. But first, let's take a walk along the high street. You can have tea at Tiffany's. I'm sure if you ask nicely, you could have breakfast at Tiffany's too. A whole host of interesting shops, crafts, paintings, food. This church behind me is St Andrew Blackadder. Fantastic, Blackadder, love it. Let's have a look at West Beach first, and then I think it'll be time for a coffee. Oh, that's glorious, that's glorious. So over there we have the harbour, and we'll be going there later. Looking in the other direction, look at that, it's beautiful. That way takes us right back down to the Firth of Forth, back into Edinburgh. What an absolutely glorious day it is today. Oh, a glorious lungful of salty sea air. Nothing quite as bracing as that, is there? All right, it's time for coffee, and here in North Berwick there is a coffee shop called Steampunk. Yeah, Steampunk, and with a name like that, it would be absolutely sacrilege not to give it a try. Just to warn us, Steampunk is not on the high street. And of course they welcome dogs, but they only serve coffee to humans. Good job I'm human then. Let's get in there. Steampunk is rustic, and you can see everything from the roasting of the beans to the making of the coffee. Wow, that was a really strong black Americano, just as I like it. Just opposite Steampunk, across the road, is St Andrew's Kirk, or the ruins of St Andrew's Kirk. Well worth having a little walk round. This was the original St Andrew's Church, now superseded by the Blackadder one we saw earlier. So, time I think now to find something to eat. I believe there's an incredibly good chip shop just down here. Or there's a Landers Gelato, but I do think I need something a bit more substantial first. Shall we try out the famous North Berwick Fry? Well, I really fancy some chips and gravy, but they've run out of gravy. So, back up, I asked for curry sauce, but they're out of curry sauce as well. Just have to make do with the chips. Look at the colour on those chips. Those chips were sensational, even without the gravy or the curry sauce, but not the healthiest of lunches, I'll admit. But I'm not worried, I'm not guilty. I've got a body combat class to teach later, so I'll work them off. This is the North Berwick War Memorial. Right, now we're going to go and find the other beach. Ah, I can see the sea. Let's head down this pretty little street. I've been really lucky with the weather today, but it looks like it's starting to cloud over. But hopefully we'll get to see the beach and the harbour before it starts to rain. Fingers crossed. Right, here we go. East Beach. And as we sweep around, you're going to catch a glimpse of Bass Rock right over there in the distance. Bass Rock is the home to Gannets and Puffins and loads of other seabirds. Must get a ferry boat trip around Bass Rock sometime in the future. Well, that black cloud came and went, and it's quite clear again. So let's have a walk along the beach towards the harbour. I'm not quite sure what this is. It's like an enclosed tidal pool with a wall going out to sea and then back in again. It's almost like a swimming pool, but obviously it's not a swimming pool. I'm going to have a walk round. Up ahead there on the cliff top, that's the Scottish Seabird Centre. And they have webcams over on Bass Rock, so you can watch the Puffins and the Gannets. I'm not going to go there today, but that's probably worth a trip in the future. So I just asked the local lady there, and apparently it's like a paddling area for children, so that there's always water for them, even when the tide goes out. So I really quite like that. It's a great idea. Just past this obelisk, there's a restaurant, and it's called the Rocketeer Restaurant. What a great name for a restaurant. There are two statues at the Scottish Seabird Centre looking out over Bass Rock. The first one is called the Watcher. And I particularly love the second one. This Arctic tern is absolutely beautiful. And here it is, the harbour. Not quite as big as I was expecting it to be. I think it's actually smaller than Fisherow Harbour. Very pretty though. Let's go and have a look at the boats that do the trips over to Bass Rock. This is from a company called Sula Boat Trips, and this ship is called Sula 3. Well, that's another harbour to add to my collection. Can't believe I've lived here for so long in Scotland and I've never actually been to North Berwick Harbour. I've been to North Berwick hundreds of times, but never to the harbour itself. It's lovely. Well, I've really enjoyed my little wander around North Berwick this afternoon. What a glorious day for a walk by the seaside. Thank you so much for watching Lodge Vlog. If you enjoyed this episode, please do consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Until the next video, remember, there's always something to see. So get out there and find it.